Attention! All the news in this video I have collected from the internet. We deliver you the most realistic news. Also make sure to read the subtitle. According to Italian journalist Romano, Chelsea FC are progressing well in talks with Sevilla to conclude a deal for the 22-year-old defender. Speaking on his Here We Go podcast, Romano said of Chelsea FC's interest in Kounde, "Chelsea are working on a deal. It's exclusive news and huge news because Chelsea are working to sign Jules Kounde. From what I'm told, negotiations are progressing well. They're not in a position of an agreement yet, but Chelsea and Sevilla are working on it. The fee is really interesting because he has a release clause for €80 million. Sevilla and Chelsea are discussing to find an agreement on a different price and structure of the deal. We will see about this point and how it will proceed in the coming days. For sure, Chelsea are working to sign Jules Kounde. They're really serious. The key is the position of the player because Kounde was not convinced by Tottenham. Not just the club, but Tottenham aren't playing in the Champions League. He has Champions League football at Sevilla and he wants to continue with Champions League football next season. That's why Chelsea are the perfect opportunity for him. He is really keen on this chance. It's up to the two clubs now because the player is ready to accept. Kounde scored 3 goals and made 1 assist in 43 games for club and country in all competitions last season. Chelsea have offered Kurt Zouma to Sevilla as part of their bid to sign Jules Kounde, according to reports. The Champions League holders have identified Kounde as their top target to strengthen Thomas Tuchel's defence this summer. Sevilla, however, are demanding that Chelsea meet the 22-year-old's £59 million release clause. It's understood that Kounde has already agreed to make the move to Stamford Bridge before the end of the window, meaning that it's now up to Chelsea to reach an agreement with Sevilla. According to The Times, Chelsea are willing to offload Zouma and have included the France international as part of their offer for Kounde. Earlier this month, reports in France claimed that Chelsea are asking for a £25.6 million fee for Zouma, who has 2 years remaining on his current deal. Jose Mourinho is understood to be keen to bring Zouma to Roma, having already worked with him at Chelsea. Tuchel is planning to stick with his 3-man defence for the upcoming season with Zouma, Cesar Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, Antonio Rudiger and Andreas Christensen his current options. Chelsea have already sold 2 central defenders this summer as Marc Guéhi joined Crystal Palace in an £18 million deal, while Fikayo Tomori made a permanent move to AC Milan for £25 million. Kounde, meanwhile, has returned to pre-season training with Sevilla after being part of France's squad for their Euro 2020 campaign. Marcus Bettinelli wants to help Chelsea as much as possible after completing dream transfer move. Bettinelli, 21, joins the Blues on a free transfer after leaving West London rivals Fulham at the end of last season. He spent almost 15 years at Craven Cottage, making 120 appearances for the club but playing backup to France international Alphonse Areola in the Premier League last season. Bettinelli bolsters Chelsea's goalkeeping resources following the departure of 39-year-old Willy Caballero. "It's always been a special club," he said. "I know the area very well, so it's been a dream of mine to come over to this side and it's finally happened. There were some talks a few years ago when I was a bit younger and for whatever reason that didn't come about, but I'm here now. I'm really excited to be involved and looking forward to trying to impress and help the team as much as I possibly can." Bettinelli will likely provide support and competition for current Chelsea number 1 Edouard Mendy and his backup Kepa Arrizabalaga next season. Newcastle United could be ready to turn to Ross Barkley as they look to improve their midfield options. Their number 1 target is Arsenal's Joe Willock, who spent the second half of last season at St James Park, scoring 8 goals, including a Premier League record of 7 in a row, to help ease them away from the relegation places. However, with Arsenal undecided yet what to do about Willock, they could turn their attention to Barkley instead. The 27-year-old is back at Stamford Bridge after his own loan spell with Aston Villa concluded at the end of last season, but he is very much surplus to requirements under Thomas Tuchel. Barkley's spell with Villa got off to an impressive start with goals in successive games against Liverpool and Leicester, but his progress was stalled by injury, and, by the end of the campaign, he was restricted to appearances off the bench.